You start off with the Frankie Dettori of work riders. SHAM Mabaya's aboard Tabasso. And it has to be said that I think you've probably trained the best Sanshawis that there's been.
Yeah, and this filly's got some attributes of the sire. You know, she's pretty gutsy at home. I think she'll be very green. I think she'll be running on really strongly, and I think she's one you can follow.
We start off in the first race in a work riders race with the daughter of Crusade. Lovely draw, but not the most auspicious debut.
Yeah, very poor debut. We were a bit disappointed, but so we did give her a time. We've arrested her since then and gone slowly with her, but she's not at peak fitness, but work is much better, so we're just hoping for an improved run.
Excellent. Then on to the second race where the draw has been terribly cruel to you. All of Hell of a Ride. He's a son of Noble Tune who maybe they're going to need a little bit of time. Passionate lad, also a bad draw, and Zahidu hasn't got the greatest form just yet.
Yeah, in a nutshell, all three of them are looking for further and needing the run, but we enter every week and draw in the bush, so we decided just to get a run out the way, no matter the draw, so they'll be pretty outpaced and hopefully running on, and also hopefully you can follow them.
Fantastic. Then on to the third race, we've got Tilmeath with Callan Murray in a purple patch.
Yeah, he's a nice type of horse that is progressive. He's come a long way at home. Was pretty lazy to start off with, but started to show signs of life. You know, if he's not too green, I think he'll run a decent race. But he carries a lot of condition and can definitely tighten up. So once again, one of the horses we might have to follow.
I think if my memory serves me correctly, this is possibly a stallion's pedigree if he's anything near like William Longsword out of a Fort Wood mare.
Yeah, listen, we try and buy those type of colts for Sheikh Hamdam. You know, he's looking for that type. But it's a very stout pedigree. So if anything's to go by what he's shown us at home, this will definitely be the bottom end of his range.
First leg of the PA, number 2, Magic Vision, is the mount of young Krailing.
Yes, not bad form, and it's his first run for me. He might need the run slightly, but then again, we've given him a couple of grass gallops, so the work has been good, and we're expecting a possible place chance.
Lovely. Then on to Flaming Duchess, Callan Murray. She didn't run on Tuesday. She was a reserve and in trouble debuts.
Yeah, in trouble. Hasn't shown much at home, so we're hoping that the race can just reveal a bit more. And Flaming Duchess has shown pretty inconsistent work, glimpses of some decent work, glimpses of some average work. So it's kind of hard to tell how she's going to go. I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens.
Hails from Port Elizabeth, not the best of form. What are you expecting?
You know what, I'm not really expecting much because she doesn't show us much at home. She's a lovely conformed filly, she moves well and everything, but she just hasn't set the turf alight yet. So we're just hoping for an improved run, but I can't give you any confidence.
Important to have these kind of people in the game because they make a big effort, and I think that the international reach could be significant.
Yes, they're lovely people to train for. They're so passionate about their horses. They take their horses to heart, and it's really, really lovely to see such nice people owning horses.
Excellent. First leg of the Pick Six, you've got both Cotopaxi and Flagship Fund with Pumi Majorca and Devon Habib.
Yeah, both horses are showing good work and can run places. Flagship Fund has got form to win. Again, a first run for me, but we don't really know yet. Expecting a decent run.
Fantastic. We move on to a horse whose mother is slightly blonde. This horse is very talented, and his name is Atomic Blonde. He won so well last time out.
Yes, he's a very, very smart horse. The penny's just starting to drop now. He showed us from the word go, but he was still a little bit weak. And I think as time goes by, he will just mature into a very smart horse. And I really think he'll take a power beating.
Possible plans for him?
Well, we're going to take it one step at a time, but I think the features aren't out of his grasp in the season.
You double-fisted in the first leg of the jackpot with both Flapjack and Olofberg.
Olofberg, a nice winner last time out. If he repeats that run, can go close again today. The other horse, he's just his first run back after rest, so not expecting much.
Okay, then once again, you're very heavily laden in the sixth race with favourite model, Miss Capmala and Ocean's Charm. And then to put the lid in it, She's a Hottie, the ever game, ever consistent.
Yes, you know, they're all sort of much of a muchness. The fillies, there's nothing much between them. whoever gets the run of the race will go close to maybe winning, but definite place chances.
And then what might just be one of the better runners of the day, Morsula, she's got some interesting engagement. She's got a light, handy galloping weight, and it looks like there's a bit in her favour.
Yeah, there's not too many jockeys around that can ride that weight. So Jared's a lightweight, natural lightweight, and she's a front-running type of horse. It's a competitive field, but the track's running quick, and if she can get a soft lead or have a nice run in, I'm sure she'll go close.
And not many nicer guys to give a chance to than Jared Penny. I see he had a winner the other day. Hard worker.
He's a very hard worker. He doesn't get enough chances from us especially, so he's got 2 rides for us on Saturday, so hopefully he takes it with both hands.
Lovely. Then we've got Asterix, won well last time out despite showing significant keenness in the race. I thought he stuck to his task well.
Yes, Asterix again, he's also another smart horse, but he's up against it on Saturday. He's got a few smart horses that he's up against, and this will be his test.
Dorrie, no better time than to speak to a trainer after they've just had a winner, so congratulations on that. You start off just with the 3 runners on Saturday with Farah Ranga in the 7th.
Yeah, Andrew, she's been disappointing her last 1 or 2 starts. We have given her a little break with her vaccinations. Her work has been very good, and we thought, well, we'll take her back where she won her maiden. She's enjoyed that track, and hopefully she can do something there on Saturday.
Your husband let me into some insight that she hates the whip, and I said to him, I would also hate the whip if I was a racehorse.
Yeah, Craig Zaki found that out, sort of. He got into a position where he had to just use his hands, and he said she responded so much better to that. So we've had to give instructions along those lines every time. Sometimes, she probably just needs that 1 or 2 at the end, but yes, she definitely doesn't like to see a lot of it, so she'll make the jockeys stick to their under 12 rule.
And then just the 1 ride from Muziyeni from your yard on Saturday. He gets to ride number 9 in the 9th, and that's informative.
That's right. We expect had nice 2-year-old form. He won his last start, and since then given him a break. But having said that, he's working well. Big jump up in class from the maidens. But like I said, he's a nice horse, and expect him to run a good race.
Some plans for him?
We're looking at little feature races, the Group 3 races maybe later on. But and we go a bit further, so we're hoping to step him up in distance just now.
Then let's just get on to Battle Creek and Moon Warrior together. Carl Zechner, Chase Majan.
Yeah, both homebreds that came up with us from PE. They've held their own well, and we're very proud of both of them. Moon Warrior drew 1, Battle Creek on the other end of the stick, but and they both probably need a 1200, but they've just had little breaks as well, and possibly could be strong enough to be running on at the end.
Tripod is very, very much better off at the weights for a 3-length beating. There's a huge turnaround in the weights, but you had to be impressed with the way Ring of Fire won.
Yes, that was his first outing after gelding, and it seems to have made a world of difference to him. Tripod, you know what, he's the bridesmaid. He'll just run a good race, and when he gets challenged, he turns it up. But it's his first time around the bend with me. He's got a light mass, and he's going to make quite a hottish pace, and let's see, maybe he holds on. But I think out of my 2, Ring of Fire's got a bit more quality.
Dorrie, we all come from a part of life that loves tradition. I know that you and Mark do, and there's a special part of your tradition coming to fruition this coming Saturday.
Yes, Andrew, it's the Forest High School Centenary Race Day. Lady Helen White has put together the race day, and we're very proud to be able to go there. We have a lot of history at the school. In fact, the school's emblem on the door and on the hall, my dad made for I think the 70th anniversary. Can we stop
The 70th anniversary, yeah.
Probably for then either the 60th or the 70th, my dad actually made, and it's up there still on the wall. So we're very excited to go. I believe she's got people coming from as far afield as Portugal and America. Some of the guys from the class of 1947 are still around and coming to spend the day.
Any names that we are familiar with that immediately come to mind, racehorse trainers that were at Forest?
Gee, no, now you've got me. We were at school with late Gaby Golombek's son, Gerald. He was actually our head boy of our year, sadly killed in a car accident. But one of my great memories of being there was in those days was listening to the horses go to and from the track, because they used to come up and down the road past the school, and you'd lean out the window to see these beautiful horses going up and down the roads. And one of the old traditions was that all the yards had a number. And if somebody fell off or a horse got loose for any reason, the police were quite easily notified, catch the horse and walk it back to yard number 2, which happened to be Gaby, or yard number 5, which could have been Mr. Rathbone or something like that. And it was just one of those things.
Sure, Mr. Ferraris must have been around in those days.
Oh, yeah, he was. Even Stanley Ferreira, the late Stanley Ferreira. And in fact, even down the bottom of TURFFONTEIN, the horses that used to come from the Roseacre side, the road crossing actually said stop for horses. It wasn't a zebra crossing, it was actually a horse crossing.